Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. What's good with it? It's the homie Mac. Music, art, culture, knowledge. Each one teach one, peace and love. It's the homie Mac reporting live from the Dogon. Thumbs up, give me the likes. Thumbs up, give me the likes. This is a session of Mac minutes. And yeah, people that know me know me. People that know me know that my favorite artist is Tupac Shakur. With that being said, I came across, it was brought to my attention that there is a documentary that's going to be presented on FX about Tupac's relationship with his mother, Afeni Shakur, R.I.P. Afeni Shakur, R.I.P. Tupac. And one of the people, I guess, that's directing it or that's overseeing the project is one of the Hughes brothers. Specifically, I think Alan Hughes. You know, the Hughes brothers, they did Menace to Society. Infamously, Tupac had actually beat up him and Tupac and a couple of, I think they may have said it was like 10 other people. I guess when Tupac didn't get the role for Menace to Society, obviously he was frustrated. And supposedly, supposedly Pac got together with the 10 other people and they jumped the Hughes brothers. Alan Hughes, I heard, caught the worst of it, and his brother Albert Hughes actually ran and left his brother stranded. Yeah. But Alan Hughes, I think it was Alan Hughes. Alan Hughes, again, is over the coordination, filming, directing, whatever, what have you, of this new Tupac documentary. It's called Dear Mama, again. And I guess he was being interviewed, and Alan Hughes said Tupac was delusional. Tupac was playing a role. He really wasn't a gangster. He was a performing arts kid. Then he spoke to Tupac being lost in his charisma. Tupac, essentially, like, this Tupac was a rebel with no cause, which I think is bullshit. What can I say? He said Pac was delusional. He said he was delusional in the pejorative sense, and also, like, as an artist, he was saying he had to be somewhat delusional to create, but a lot of times Pac did not know how to cut it off. The thing that frustrates me about stuff like that, people act like Tupac, he admitted, I didn't have a record until I had a record. He did, Alan Hughes, he did acknowledge the fact that Tupac grew up in some really, pernicious, just menacing circumstances. Living in Oakland, living in Marin City, living in Baltimore, living in New York City. Tupac grew up in hell. And I guess the thing that pisses me off is, this whole gangster thing is weird. It's like people celebrate it and they use it to validate people at the same time. So it's weird. It's like being a gangster is bad, but people still hold it to a standard, a high standard. It's respected. And my thing with Pac, I think he knew his ecosystem, he knew his environment, he knew the climate that he was in with his music, and he knew, if I don't carry myself a certain way, and beyond carrying myself away, if I don't live out what I'm saying, if I don't practice what I preach, I'm essentially going to be, kill or be killed. I don't want to necessarily say kill or be killed, but the weak are the people who get crushed. So I feel like, yeah, he probably did have to, step it up and play a role. But my thing is, I feel like the core of who he was so much more than the gangster stuff. I think the gangster stuff was just for the media to get attention. It was, but he would slide the jewels in there. Like, if you listen to Tupacalypse now, there's a lot of wisdom. I mean, Pac was, to me, it don't get no more gangster than being raised by Black Panthers. Pac was raised by Mutulu Shakur was his mentor, Sekou Adinga. I was told he actually. I'm not sure about this, but somebody told me he had interactions with Geronimo Pratt. I'm not sure how factual that is, but even with Mutulu Shakur and Sekou Odinga, like that's. I know Mutulu Shakur for sure. I mean, this man, when Mutulu Shakur and Mo Preem and Tupac, all of them together, they created a what do you call it? A manifesto. Thug Life was a manifesto. You know, for Pac to be that young, making a manifesto, saying essentially how we need to have safe areas in the hood, and if y'all are so gangster and y'all are hustlers and doing all this stuff, you have to have safe zones where nobody gets touched. You have to regulate your own neighborhood, and you have to pour resources and money into your neighborhood. What 24, 23-year-old rapper is thinking like that? You know, I guess I get it. Yeah, they want to say he played a role. I mean, it's whatever. But my thing is, I mean, the man shot 2 off-duty cops. Like, I don't know how much more gangster you can be. Shot 2 off-duty cops. Yeah, and then we know, like, Tupac was shot in New York. You know, Tupac did prison time. I don't see how that doesn't harden a man, how that doesn't make a man I don't see how that's not considered in his makeup mentally. Like, this man was shot. This man did prison time. That hardens you. That makes you tougher. You know, when he signed to Death Row, I admit the fact that when he got to Death Row, he became more flamboyant, loud, what have you, more on the gangster stuff. But look at his environment. Most of the people on Death Row were from Looters Park, Piru, West Side Piru, I believe even Campanella Park, Piru. Like, these dudes are gangster dudes, and if you're in that environment, it's gonna rub off on you. I even want to say Mob Piru too, and from guys I've talked to from Compton, interactions I've had, Tupac was Mob Piru. I mean, I think Tupac was definitely a leader, and I really think what he was trying to do with the One Nation thing, he was trying to connect with gang culture. He was trying to connect with the thug, quote unquote, and trying to politicize them and help them come together and look and get them to realize, like, look, all we got is us. We have to politicize and strategize and strive for self-determination. You know, I don't think that's gangster to me. Damn that, I'm just going around killing people and shooting people. I'm tough, I'm a gangster. There's plenty of people with pistols who are soft. Plenty of people who that's not in their makeup. They just, I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's really interesting. First of all, like, I'm trying to figure, maybe he's just trying to bring attention to the documentary, but I don't understand why he would say that. And then my thing is, if this dude was if Pac was that delusional and that out of touch, why would you want to work on a documentary about him? Wouldn't you want to, like, remove yourself from the bullshit and the fakeness? The perceived fakeness? I don't know. But yeah, I feel like Pac was a rider. I'll say this, like, I'm not a gangster, but I will protect myself. I can handle myself. And I think before anything, you're a man before anything, and I think Pac held his own. You know? So, I don't know. It's just funny to me, man. Yeah, obviously I think Pac is the GOAT. Yeah, I just think, you know, the content of his lyrics, the depth of his lyrics, the poetry within his lyrics, it definitely inspired me to take life head on, keep fighting, be a struggler. You know, and even you know, a lot of his lyrics have made me dig deeper into the Panthers. You know, I've pretty much read everything Huey Newton has written, you know, from To Die for the People to Revolutionary Suicide. Like, Tupac politicized me, you know, and I love him for that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah, I think the thing is, I think people don't tend to factor in like Tupac was 25. He did so much by the age of 25. His discipline, how forward thinking he was politically and socially. Like, yeah, I think Pac was conscious or woke, whatever you want to say, but there definitely was a method to his madness. And I can't say that about a lot of artists right now. I mean, a lot of it is just for clout. Um, but yeah, that's how I feel. Session of Mac Minutes signing out from the Dogon. It's the homie Mac. Each one, teach one, peace and love. Thumbs up, give me the likes. Thumbs up, give me the likes. Signing out from the Dogon. I'm out.